Hey polish fans, it's Caroline again and welcome to another video here at Wild Wind Lacquer. In today's video I have more Color Club dollar mystery polishes. In this order I have 60 bottles. Yep, 60 bottles. I did get a first order that had about 20 of them, as well as the limited edition 4-pack that had been available on the clearance site as well. And I was just jazzed with so many of the colors that I decided to go back and get some more mystery polishes while they were still available. So yeah, in this video we have 60 to go through. I am going to do this a bit different than I did my first haul, in that I did do a voiceover with some swatches, so hopefully that's okay. Alright, let's go ahead and dig in. Let's start over here with this first oddball box over there. Very curious to see what we're going to get next. Oh wow, I think we added these. I don't think this was on my last order. All right, so the first one is Take It or Leaf It. Now, I would describe this as sort of a nude shade. It's a light beigey skin tone. There's a bit more pink than I feel like is coming up on my screen currently. Not the most exciting in the bottle, but look at it on the brush. That's actually a pretty color. Again, I feel like my camera's washing this one out a little bit. There is more of a depth to it, a bit more of like a cashmere leaning beige. Hopefully I like that one. Next up we have a glitter. This one is called Big Blue. Ooh, we have large blue hollow glitters. This type of polish is definitely very, very fun. As you can see, it is in a clear base, so you can use this over any colors that you like. I don't think this is one that I have. Actually, I don't think this is one that I have either. Of course, as we go, I'll let you know if I do see any that I know for sure I already own, but I don't think I have this one, and it is a really pretty glitter polish. So that was Big Blue. Next up, ooh, we've got one of their matte polishes. I love these frosted bottles from any brand. I just love how they look. This one is called What's the Matte? And I don't think I have this one. I know I do have a couple of their mattes that I did get duplicates of in my first order, but this one looks like it's going to be a gold to maybe a green, like a greeny gold. Yeah, there we go. I actually don't mind this color in a multi-chrome. I would say for sure it's not my favorite, but it is really pretty. Curious how it will look matte as well, but there was What's the Matte? Ooh, this one is beautiful. This one is called Clickbait. All right, so I did get this one in my first haul. So this is a backup or a duplicate, but it is a stunning, stunning shade. I believe the official description on the Color Club website was just a medium blue. I would say in my eyes, this has that periwinkle tone, at least in person. It is absolutely gorgeous, but I did already get a bottle, so that's going to go in the D-stash. Next up, ooh, we've got a mint. This one is called Merci Boo Blue, and this one I don't think I have. I love myself some minty shades, so I'm definitely going to at least see if I already own this one or not. If I don't have this, I definitely want to see how it compares to other ones that I already own, so a beautiful color there. That was Merci Boo Blue. And the last one in box number 1 is a bright pink. This one is Get It Girl, and this one is a bleached pink neon. This is gorgeous. So I've definitely been warming up to different shades of pink lately. Yeah, really pretty color. Another one perfect for summer. So that was Get It Girl. All right, on to box 2. I mean, these make these very secure to ship, but man, a pain in the neck to open. All right, next up. Ooh, this one is Love 'Em and Leave 'Em. Oh, this is gorgeous. This is a fall toned dusty red. That is gorgeous. I don't think I have this one, although the name does sound familiar. It could just be because maybe this is one that I saw on Mediocre Manners for her Color Club haul. I don't really remember, but the name does sound familiar. This is a color of red though that I really, really like for fall. This is gorgeous. So that was Love 'Em and Leave 'Em. Next up is a deep like denim blue. This one is Don't Rain on My Parade. This name does not sound familiar at all, so I doubt I already have this one. This is lovely. It's one of those colors that almost has like a deep periwinkle lean to it. I mean, it's definitely a blue, but it's got a tonality in there that leans a bit purple, and I love that. So that was Don't Rain on My Parade. Next up, Oh, Okay, I saw this again on Mediocre Manny's. She hauled this one and I was really hoping I'd get it this time. This one is batteries not included. Look at this adorable polish. So I don't really remember seeing this kind of polish from Color Club before, but this is a Crowley. It is a very, very light pastel or bleached out, not really even bleached out, like whited out mint color. And then it has these matte blue glitters, these itty bitty ones, but then you also get these larger ones and these rose gold metallic glitters. This seems like such a neat combination. I absolutely love this one. Very happy to have unboxed that one, and I know I don't have it. So that's Color Club's batteries not included. Next up, ooh, we've got one of their holographic multichromes. Well, it says hollow. It's not incredibly hollow, but it is a multichrome. This one is called Purple Haze. This one I will have to double check on. I might already own this one. It definitely seems like one that I would have picked out. It is a fuchsia to gold, like at least duochrome. I'm trying to see if there's more colors than that. There might be a third color in there at some angles, and it has that scattering of hollow. Really pretty, so this could be one that I already own, but that one was Purple Haze. Next up, ooh, this is interesting. This one is Carrot Cake. Ooh, this is gorgeous. This is definitely a multichrome, or at least has a multichrome shimmer in it. The base of it is like a very light tan orange, which I think you can kind of see mainly right there. It's like a pinky tan orange. Then you've got that green to gold shifting multichromatic shimmer. There's some pink that I see popping up at certain angles, as well as I think a blue. This is really neat. I don't think I have this one either, and this is definitely a color I could see myself at least trying, maybe for early fall. That is gorgeous. So that one was Carrot Cake, spelled with a K like a carrot for a diamond. Next up we have Silver Lake, and this one is like the palest of grays in a cream formula. There you can see the gray tonality compared to the very white cap. I mean, it's just like a pinch of gray. Very nice color though. I do like my grays. I'll have to see how I like this compared to the other ones already in my collection. But that one was Silver Lake. On to box 3. We've got, ooh, what is that? Look at those glitters. Oh, they're being shy. There we go. This one is Williamsburg. Okay, I know I don't have this one. This looks interesting. What color is the base? Is it a deep, deep purple? Dark, dark blue, maybe. Look at that. Nope, got slightly wonky bristles there, but yeah, I don't know if those glitters are going to come through. On the brush and wand, there's sort of those very light ones that sort of blend into the base, but I'm curious how this one is going to look swatched. Look at that. So I don't think I have this one either. That one is Williamsburg. Next up, ooh, look at this green. That one is Rain It In. That is gorgeous. I feel like on camera it's pulling much more teal. It is definitely a green. It is a think a slightly dusty but bright jungle green. That is gorgeous. Let's see if I can't get it to come up more color accurately on the brush. Nope, still coming across very much like a teal. It is a green. In any case, it's a beautiful color, and I don't think I have that one. That was Rain It In. Next up is a pink glitter. Look at that. This one is called Freeze Company, and this is one I'm pretty sure I don't own either. It has a mix of holographic glitters and some shimmer. Ooh, that is really pretty. I really like holographic glitters, and this seems like one that could be an interesting topper over other colors. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek at it on the brush and see. Yeah, it's definitely in a sheerish base. Oh, and there's hollow in the smaller size as well. So you have the large chunks in a variety of sizes of glitters, like chunky hollow glitters. But then you see right there on the wand, you see that smaller hollow popping up? So pretty. So that one was Freeze Company. Next up, ooh, okay, so this is like a deep blue leaning teal. Let's see that compared to the other one that was coming up as a teal that was a green. That was Rain It In. So, okay, so see that green that you're seeing is closer to color accurate, but it's even greener than that in person. So this one, the new one, is This Blows, and this one is that dusty blue leaning teal. My camera's not cooperating. This is pulling up very navy on my camera, but it is kind of that teal lean in person. Maybe like a mix between a teal and a dark slate blue. Very nice cream. This is another one that I don't think I have. That was This Blows. Next up, we've got another light gray. Is this the same one? Nope, this is Get Lost. What was the other one? The other one that we got was Silver Lake. And there they are side by side. By comparison, Get Lost has more of like a very light white leaning blue gray, whereas Silver Lake has that more neutral, almost warm toned gray by comparison. So there is Get Lost. This is another one that I'm fairly certain I don't own. And then the last one in box 3, ooh, is an interesting khaki green. This one is Do It for the Gram. This is another one that I don't think I have. The name does kind of sound familiar though, but this is a really nice khaki army green. That is nice. So that one was Do It for the Gram. And on to box number 4. We first have a purple, like a dusty purple. This one is Talk Dirty to Me. And ooh, yeah, very nice dusty shade of like kind of a berry, almost a berry leaning purple. Maybe more like a warm toned dusty purple. This is of course right up my alley since I do love purple polishes. I don't think I have this one though, so that's going to go in the collection most likely, unless of course I surprise myself and I own it. But that was Talk Dirty to Me. Next up is a very light pink. This one is More Amor. Now I did get a color very similar to this in my first haul. It was a very light sheer formula in this very pale white leaning pink. This is another instance where I feel like on camera it's sort of washing it out, but if you look at the white cap compared to what's in the bottle, you can see that very light blush tone. So I'm curious how this one will compare to the other one that I did get, which was... The first one that I got was Little Miss Paris, and Little Miss Paris by comparison is a shade darker, just a pinch. So More Amor might actually be more of a sheer neutral by comparison, whereas the first one that I got, Little Miss Paris, had more of a pink tone in that sheerness. So I'll have to see how they look swatched. I probably won't be keeping both, but that one was More Amor. Ooh, I see another summer shade. This one is called One Love. This is beautiful. This is like a neon cantaloupe. This is so pretty. It is what I would imagine they're going to describe as a neon orange, maybe a neon coral. And this is really stunning. It's one that I'm fairly certain I don't own either, so very happy to have this one in my collection. I will of course have to at some point compare, well, every single polish in my collection at some point, but have to compare this to my coral oranges, neon colors, whether it be orange or coral, just to make sure that I don't have any straight up dupes. But I really like that one. That is One Love. Next up, we have a dusty sage green. This one is Martian. Okay, this is the second one that I know I have because I remember buying this one specifically. So this is only the second one that we're going to put directly into the D-stash. The first one was Clickbait, but yeah, only the second one so far that I know I already have. But it's a stunning, dusty, sagey green. There it is on the brush and wand. I mean, that is such a beautiful color. Kind of like a light jade almost. It's really pretty. So yeah, I do already own a bottle of those, so that's going to go in the D-stash. That one was Martian. Next up, oh wow, we have a latte color. This one is called High Society. And this is like a latte brown. There's some white in it as well. Actually, almost matches the cardboard boxes, maybe a couple shades darker. This is not exactly my favorite shade, but what I would be curious about with a color like this is if it would make an interesting undie over some darker sheer polishes instead of going straight to black. So I will be holding on to this. It's one that I'm pretty sure I don't own already, but yeah, very curious to play around with this as an undie. So that was High Society. And then the last one in box 4 is this neutral shade, kind of like a mid-toned latte neutral shade. This one is Get a Mauve on it. This one definitely has more brown in it than a typical mauve. There it is on the brush. Oh yeah, that is beautiful. That I think would look gorgeous on as sort of a neutral palette cleanser between some more exciting manis, but I don't think I have this one yet. So that one was Get a Mauve on it. All right, next box. First up, we have Bonjour Girl, and this one is an off-white. This one is another one that's kind of similar to one that I got in my first haul. Let me go grab that. The one that I got in my first haul was Stark Naked, so there they are side by side. By comparison, Bonjour Girl is a little bit darker, like one shade darker. Hopefully you can see the difference there. Stark Naked is almost more of a white. You can see a bit of more of a peach quality to Bonjour Girl. Again, I don't know that I would necessarily keep both, but we'll have to do some swatches and compare them at some point. But that one was Bonjour Girl. Next up, ooh, we've got another coral shade. This one is In Theory. So by comparison to the other neon coral, which was One Love, you can see that more dusty muted shade to In Theory. And by comparison, of course, the neon shade to One Love. This one also has maybe a pinch more of a... Oh yeah, definitely more of a coralline once it's on the brush. Look at how bright that is once it's on the brush. I think my bottle has a little bit of the white pigment sort of settling, so it's even brighter. Very nice. Another one that I don't think I have either, so that's another really pretty summer shade. That was In Theory. Next up, we have a light blue gray. This one is In Denial, and this is a lovely shade. Look at that color. Let's see, let's compare it to Get Lost, which also came in this haul. Wow, those are very, very close. I'll have to see how close they are in person on the nail. I think by comparison, there's maybe a pinch more gray in Denial and a pinch more of a brighter pale sky blue in the other one in Get Lost. But yeah, these are very, very close. Like, that is really close, but they are slightly different. Again, I'll have to see how they swatch compare to each other. But that was In Denial. Next up, we've got a lovely, like, rosewood color. This one is Ghosted. That is beautiful. This is one of my favorite types of colors. It has that mix between a brown and a deep rose pink. This is beautiful. Oh yeah, such a gorgeous color for fall. This is another color family where I know I'm going to have to do some comparisons because I always gravitate towards this sort of a color. I'm pretty sure I have one kind of similar to this from Ren Lacquer as well as Ella and Milla. So I'll have to see how they compare at some point, but this is another one I don't think I have. That was Ghosted. Next up, ooh, that is beautiful. This one is Back to the Grind. Okay, this is one I know I have because, again, I remember ordering this from Color Club. It is beautiful. It is one of their holographics, and there's actually two different kinds of holo. You see the linear here in the smaller particle, and then, of course, the larger holographic glitters. This is beautiful, but I do already own it, so this is another that's going to go in the D stash. It's in sort of a rusty orange base. Really stunning for fall. So that one was Back to the Grind. Only our third that I already own. Next up, we have another multi-chrome from Color Club. This one is Will Never Be Royals. This is another one that I know I already have. I also forgot to peel off these. I wonder if this is still active. I got a couple of polishes from my first haul that had these, and this I think is the first one that I have from this haul that has those. So I need to peel those and see if those are actually still active or not. But yeah, this is one I know I have. It is a beautiful multi-chrome. On camera, you're mainly seeing like this royal blurple with some red at the edges. In person though, I am seeing this as a beautiful deep berry shade with some red at the edges. So that blue shift is going to shift absolutely beautifully. The whole polish is going to shift beautifully. So another one that I know I already have, so that's going to go in the D stash. That was Will Never Be Royals. Oh, and I should say, I did use a coupon for this one, so I paid less than $1 per polish for this one. Next up, we have a light pink, maybe a light salmony pink. This one is called La Vie en Rose, and this one is really pretty. I'm curious if it's going to be brighter when it's swatched. Whoops. Okay, so this does happen periodically with polishes. If it happens to you, you basically just put the cap on very lightly and just give a little bit of a crack to break off the seal between the brush and the bottle. Screw your cap back on, but not too tight. You don't want to over tighten it. And then when you unscrew it, you should be reseated. And there you go. And yeah, it's a little bit brighter. This is the kind of color though that easily gets washed out on camera, so I feel like you're seeing a much paler shade. It is almost on that neon side of things, so I would call this kind of a bleached neon. Very pretty color. So this is one I don't know if I own it or not. The name does sound familiar, but I mean, it's a very well-known phrase as well. So that was La Vie en Rose. Next up, we have a very interesting color in the brown family. This one is called Au Naturel, and this one is a yellow leaning brown. This one is interesting. Okay, it's not quite as yellow in the bottle once it's on the brush. Okay, this one might get a reprieve. It's like a 70% chocolate brown. It's not as light as a milk chocolate, but not quite as dark as a dark chocolate brown. So yeah, I'd say about 70%, but that one was Au Naturel. Next up is a white. Yeah, French tip. French white's definitely not the most exciting color. I mean, it's just a basic white, but that should mean, I would imagine, that it is a fairly opaque white. So I'm curious how the formula is on this compared to the other whites that I have. I have been sort of collecting white polishes to do a comparison of and see if there's any opacity difference, the formula difference, and all of that. So maybe I'll go ahead and temporarily at least hold on to this. That one was French tip, and then at some point I might have to declutter my whites. Next up, ooh, wow, this one is Killer Curves. Look at this color. Okay, so on camera it's probably coming off as a black, but this is like a very, very dark, like brown leaning red. So see that sort of oxblood color on the neck? It's coming off browner when it's layered up on itself. So this is an interesting color. I am curious how this one is going to look swatched, but this sort of a color is right up my alley. And I think tonally, like I was saying, as far as the brown goes, I think this has a lot of brown in it. So it might be different enough compared to my other oxblood colors to stand out, but we'll have to see about that. That one is Killer Curves. Next up, we have a mid-tone dark toned gray called Black Tie Optional. So this one is not quite a dark charcoal, maybe a lighter charcoal color in a gray. I think this would be maybe a warm tone gray because I can kind of see some like almost yellow tonalities to it compared to other grays. So this is another one that I will have to do some comparisons of at some point because I do have quite a lot of gray polishes at this point, but I don't think I have this one. So that one was Black Tie Optional. And then the last one in box number 6 is this one, which is kind of like a mix between a Tiffany box blue and a turquoise. This one is called Seeing Seagulls. This is beautiful. So there's more of a gray pinch than I feel like is coming off on camera right now. This is a lovely color. Wow. It's one I know I don't have either because I don't recognize that name at all. So this one is definitely a keeper if I don't already own this. Love this color. Love this Tiffany box, sort of a blue-green. It's kind of like a dark Tiffany box color. So that was Seeing Seagulls. On to box 7. Ooh. Got some dirty bottles in this one. Definitely a warehouse clear out. All right, next up we've got black, I think. Smoke Screen. So is this like a sheer black? Yeah, it is. Interesting. So this is their sheer black. You can see that there on the wand. Interesting. So this one I'll have to see about playing around with and see how I like it. I don't think this is the one that I own. So that was Smoke Screen. Could be an interesting topper. Next up, we have another summer orange. This one is called Talk to the Hand. So this is another in that sort of a, well, I was going to say cantaloupe shade, but this is more like along the lines of a muted, again, a bleached neon, but this time more in a muted orange. So to compare it to One Love, which was that like neon cantaloupe, and then In Theory, you can see the tonal differences. That's pinker, and this one is, of course, brighter and oranger. That was One Love and In Theory. So yeah, this is a really nice shade. Again, perfect for summer. I think this is another kind of a color where some of the pigment in this bottle seems to have settled on the side, so it's probably going to be brighter when it's swatched. And again, my camera is washing this one out. So see the color that it's sort of darkening to at the edges there? That's more color accurate. Wow, yeah, very pretty color. So that one was Talk to the Hand. Next up, ooh, we have a purple hollow. This one is Under Pressure. So this is stunning, you guys. So this is a beautiful holographic. I'll have to see if I have this one because I want to say I have at least a couple of different holographic purples just from Color Club. I, of course, have a ton of hollow purples in general, especially if you've been keeping track of the huge estate haul that I've been unboxing slowly but surely over the weekends. Been getting a lot of hollow purples in there as well, but this is really pretty. It has a very nice holographic flair to it there, and it's kind of like a mid-toned juicy purple. Oh, yeah, this is beautiful. Very nice shade there. So this is another one where I will of course have to do color comparisons, but I mean, look at the hollow there. Absolutely gorgeous. So that was Under Pressure. Next up, ooh, we've got another of their frosty bottles with a matte polish. This one is called Blooming Beauty. Nice. So this is kind of like a dusty, neutral leaning blush color, and it's going to dry in a matte finish. On the brush, there's maybe even more of a neutral lean to it, but it still has that pink tone. This is lovely. So this is another one that I'm pretty sure I don't have. That one was Blooming Beauty. Next up, oh wow, we have a mustard yellow. This one is called I'm a Sure Thing. And this one is interesting. I'll have to compare it to China Glaze Mustard the Courage, but I think they're going to be different. There seems to be a tonal thing going on in this one that I cannot quite put a finger on. Maybe a pinch more brown, or yeah, I really can't quite place it, but on camera I feel like it might be coming off more of like a straight up mustard, but it's almost more like a honey mustard. I don't know. We'll have to see how it compares to Mustard the Courage, but that was I'm a Sure Thing. And then the last one in that box is this beautiful deep red. This one is called Drop It Like It Hot. This is gorgeous. So this is another cream formula. Oh my gosh. This is stunning. So you can see there on the neck of the bottle, it's got sort of a berry lean in that sheared out base, but then once you layer it up, you kind of get towards an oxblood color. Not quite as dark as an oxblood, although on camera currently it is showing up pretty dark, but this is absolutely gorgeous. And the name doesn't sound familiar, so I don't think I have this one. This is right up my alley. That is so pretty. So that one is Drop It Like It Hot. Box number 8. Oh my goodness. The first one is a coral, like a bright neon orange. This one is Get It Girl. So this is our first duplicate. Where was Get It Girl? That was Talk to the Hand. Where did Get It Girl go? Am I blind? Okay, am I going mad? I feel like I know did I not unbox something called Get It Girl? Okay. So one of these is mislabeled. I did get it. So here's why I couldn't find it in my batch, just because it's pink. The first one that I got is labeled Get It Girl, but it is pink. This is not pink. This is orange. This is almost more like Talk to the Hand, but not quite. So yeah, I'm very curious now which one Get It Girl is supposed to be. Is it supposed to be the more coral leaning salmony color, or is it supposed to be this bright pink? I don't know. I would imagine it might be the pink because the name for some reason fits with that. I could be completely off. In any case, I'm wondering what this one is. Oh, and look at that. You know what? Maybe they're both Get It Girl. They're both different numbers, 1221 and 1219. What is going on there? Well, in any case, okay, so we did not get a duplicate. The name, of course, sounds familiar, but if the bottle color and the number is different, I guess we'll just go with it. This is another really pretty summer shade, and it is again in a somewhat bleached neon, but not as bleached as the oranger one that we looked at. So again, I feel like on camera this is going to come off very bleached, but again, look towards the edge here. As I tilt the brush away from camera, you can see it sort of deepening up. That's getting to be closer to color accurate. So this is another one where I feel like it's kind of similar to Flip Flop Fantasy, but I love that sort of a shade for summer, so we'll have to see how it compares at some point, but it'll be going in the keep pile, at least until I can figure out what's going on with the name. But that one they're calling Get a Girl as well. All right, next up, ooh, we've got a beautiful dusty like cornflower blue. This one, the name has been scratched off or rubbed off or faded or who knows what. So I'm not really sure about the name, but maybe I can look at it by the number. It's number 1076. This is a beautiful shade. I'm trying to think if this is kind of like maybe Essie's Bikini Sotini. No, this is darker for sure. This is a very nice saturated cornflower blue. That is absolutely gorgeous. It's another sort of a tone of blue that I really, really enjoy. So I don't think I have this one. Hard to say though without a name, but that was number 1076. Next up, we've got another hollow. This one is called Is It Love or Luster? And this one is a rosy pink hollow. Now the name on this one does sound familiar, so it's possible that I might have it. I did get a number of hollow polishes from Color Club at some point, and I've been really impressed with their hollows. So I'll have to double check and see if I own this one. I think I'll put this down in the to be checked pile along with Purple Haze, but that one was Is It Love or Luster? Next up, we have another light blue. This one is called Meet Me at the Rink. And this one is a very, very, very light, like bleached light blue. To compare it to our other very light blue that we got, which was Get Lost. There is a tonal difference. Again, hopefully that's going to come through on camera. I mean, these two are very close as well, but there's more of a brighter sky blue that's been washed out in Meet Me at the Rink, whereas by comparison, there's more of a gray blue in Get Lost. And then to compare it to In Denial, you can see, again, more of a difference there in the tone, more gray in Denial. So this is another one where I don't think I have it. It's a very nice sort of a spring or winter shade. So that was Meet Me at the Rink. Next up, oh my goodness, we have another beautiful fall shade. This one is the Bling Ring. I love this color. Oh my goodness. So this is kind of in that like dusty, terracotta, marsala-y color range that I absolutely adore. I cannot get enough of this color. This is stunning. It seems like this might be a bit of a squishy, slightly jelly base. This is so me. This is so pretty. Love this color. So that was the Bling Ring. That is, oh, that's got to be up in my favorites of this haul. Next up, oh my goodness, we have a like traffic cone bright orange. This one is Sweet as Sugar Cane, and this is another one that I did get in my first haul of 20. So this is another one that's going to go in the D stash, but this is a really nice summer orange. I mean, it is very neon. I think the official Color Club description of this was a dark neon orange. So that was Sweet as Sugar Cane. All right, just two more boxes. The first one is a, oh, I was going to say flaky, but I think this is a glitter, like a shard mix. Look at that. This one is called 11505. That's fascinating. I don't think I've ever seen a label like that. Interesting. It's not really even stuck on. Hang on. Let's see if that top portion peels off and I can have an actual name to go with the polish. Maybe. Prolong activewear. Really? You're not going to give me a name? Okay, well, that's a first. 11505. This is a very interesting, cap sturdy. Look at that. Very interesting polish though. We have these large metallic shards in an like a golden to orange to clear, and then these purple ones in there as well. This is unusual. Look at all that. There might even be, yeah, there's also glitter in here, so glitter and shards. That is unusual. Very pretty. Hopefully I can find a name to go along with this though, but that one was number 11505. Next up we have another one, same collection I would imagine, similar formula, this time in an aqua green with some gold, and this one is You're So Dope. And that one is 11506. And yeah, really interesting again with the mix here. I do not recall this collection coming out, but very unusual. There you can see some of the shards and the smaller glitters. Very pretty. So yeah, both of these are ones that I know I don't have. And this one was You're So Dope-y. Dough spelled like bread dough. Ooh, next up we have a dusty pink. This one is called Survivor. So very interesting change up in their labels. This one is, yeah, a dusty pink, sort of like a dusty Pepto-Bismol. There it is on the brush. It's got a lot of white in the pink. This is definitely one that I at least want to give a shot. Again, it's not the most exciting color, but it is pretty. So that one is Survivor. Next up, we have another pink. This one is called Saltwater Taffy. And this is pretty. It does sound familiar and kind of close to the pink Get It Girl. But did I get that in video 1? So I don't think I got it in video 1. I did get Beach Please, which is more of a neon pink. By comparison, Saltwater Taffy has more of a dusty tone, more like a Barbie pink. So this is one that I don't think I have either. Really nice tone here. And again, on the brush, there might be a bit more of a brightness to it than there was on the bottle. Again, these are probably polishes that maybe have been sitting on the warehouse shelves for a while, so some of the pigment probably settled, but another pretty color. That was Saltwater Taffy. Next up, we have a pale mint green. This one is called Soul Ties. And just to compare it to the other one that I described as a minty green, that was Mercy Beau Blue. You can see that there's more brightness and vibrancy and saturation in Mercy Beau Blue. Soul Ties, by comparison, is more towards a bleached pastel. Very pretty color though. Again, with this sort of a tone, though I will have to compare it to all of my other minty shades. This one is more on the light side, like I said, so I'm curious if I have anything close. But that one was Soul Ties. And then the last one in box number 7 is another brown. This one is called Dare to Bear. Now, I think this one and the other browns have been coming from like their neutral collection. This one is Get a Mauve On. The other one was Au Naturel. I think those were the browns. So yeah, by comparison, Dare to Bear is sort of in the middle. It's got almost a milk chocolate lean to it, but I think milk chocolate would be more brown. This is more of like a tan base than a like straight up milk chocolate brown. Then you can see that pink tone in Get a Mauve On, and the what I was describing is almost a yellow lean or a yellow tone to Au Naturel. So this is another pretty nice color. Again, not maybe the most exciting color, but should be an interesting one to at least try. Could look really nice on. Also could make an interesting one to try as an undie. So that one was Dare to Bear. Alright, just one more box, you guys. Next up, we've got a very bright neon. This one is Cherry Icy. Holy moly, this is bright. So to compare it to our brightest orange that we had, that was One Love. You can see that red lean by comparison. I mean, it's a very pinky neon color. I definitely wouldn't go straight to like a red, but there you can see it compared to One Love, which I described as kind of a neon cantaloupe. This one should be pretty unique to my collection. I don't think I have anything quite like this. On the wand here, you can see it looks kind of like those liquid highlighters. Very interesting. This should be fun to wear, but that was Cherry Icy. Next up, we have one from the emoji collection. So this is going to have lips. This one is called Smooch. So this is going to have hot pink lip glitters as well as white matte glitters and iridescent hex glitters. So this is probably not a kind of polish that I would be wearing, but it could be kind of fun to wear over certain colors if you wanted to put a little lip smack on some of your polishes. I have to see if I end up playing around with this. As I've mentioned before, hearts and things like lip smacks aren't really my style for the most part, but I don't have anything like it, so maybe I'll give it a try. We'll have to see how that goes, but that one was Smooch. Next up, ooh, this is beautiful. This is a lovely periwinkle lilac shade or periwinkle lavender. This one is Lily in Paris. Okay, this is the first one that was on my wish list. Well, besides this one, which was batteries not included, Lily in Paris was on my wish list from them. So yee! Very excited about this one. This is stunning. When I saw swatches of this, I almost jumped onto the Color Club website and purchased it, but I restrained myself and didn't get it at that time. I think it came out maybe a year or two, maybe even 3. So yay, I actually have it in my collection now. This is a stunning color. I, of course, love purples, and anytime you mix blues with purples and you get those periwinkle families, I just love how they look. This is so gorgeous. So yeah, very excited about this one. The first that I got from my wish list. So that was Lily in Paris. Next up, we have another emoji, sort of a shaped glitter polish. This one is called Rar. Okay, this one I know I have. Mine I don't think had the little sticker, but this is going to have little black leopard print glitters as well as some matte white glitters and silver hollow. So I do already have a bottle of this. I still have yet to use it, but because I already own one, I don't need a second, so this is going to go in the D-stash. Next up, ooh, we have Slumber Party. Look at this. That is lovely. Wow. So you have metallic glitters, you have iridescence in a couple of different colors. You've got pinks, blues, and purples. Wow, this is lovely. Wow, that is stunning. I don't think I have this, but I will have to double check on this. I think the collection that this one came out in was definitely one that had caught my eye, but I don't remember if I ended up buying any or not. But that one was Slumber Party. All right, last one, you guys. We have another one from the emoji collection. This one has more lips in it, and this one is Smooch. Did I get 2 of Smooch? 2 of Smooch in the same box. So that one for sure is going to go in the D-stash because I definitely don't need 2 of those. So there you have it. That was my haul of 60 mystery polishes for $1 a piece. I also used a coupon code for this, so I was able to get, I think, like 20% off. They also offer free shipping once you reach $30, so I got free shipping as well. I would say it's definitely worth it. I mean, especially if you are new to nail polish collecting or you don't have a lot from Color Club. I mean, this is a fantastic way to get some cheap colors. You aren't guaranteed, of course, to get colors that you like necessarily, but I did end up with a lot of colors that I really enjoyed, especially Lily in Paris, which was on my wish list. We got a purple hollow, we got a number of really beautiful greens and blues, some really nice summer shades as well. There were a few that I know I had that I will end up destashing, as well as a couple that were only duplicates because I know I had them from my first order of the mystery polishes. Let me know what you thought down below. Did you order any from this sale? Hopefully you guys had a good time looking at more beautiful polish, and I will see you in that next one.